What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, Gran Jefe. Get ready for another episode of Unpopular Opinion. Joined as always by my co-host, OG Raw. What's up, bro? Sunny, money, windy, rainy.
Hey, rainy. It's rainy today, man.
Yeah.
Rainy. But it's been a good day, good morning so far. You know me, usually I roll out of bed around this time, get ready for the show.
hey, it be like that. I know that hour behind be putting you in the dirt.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
But what about that championship game last night, man? Before we get started again, thanks to everybody how you listen to your podcast. Continue to support the podcast. Appreciate all the people that leave reviews and ratings on the show. Been going unnoticed, so I appreciate all the love and support. All the listeners that tune in every day. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love. National championship game, man. Well, what you saw? What you saw out there?
A great executed game plan. That's what I saw. They executed that game plan. Clemson executed that game plan to Dabo Swinney and his coaching staff were amazing. Like the execution that I seen on the field, they were just bigger, faster, stronger, and they outplayed Alabama. I've never seen no one beat Alabama like this in a national championship game, let alone just beat Alabama, period. This was like one of the greatest wins I've ever seen. Dabo Swinney deserves a lot of credit. Trevor Lawrence as well, the way he was out there just slinging that ball, making Alabama defense pay for their mistakes. As you said in later podcasts, their defense, their secondary, Bama secondary is their weakness. And Trevor Lawrence exposed them. He really did. He exposed them. Another thing I saw was that defense from Clemson. I know they were missing Dexter Lawrence, but they showing too. That was the key to the game, and we said that before they went in. If they don't get pressure there, it's going to be a long day. They got pressure there, and they made him miss. They made him throw errant throws, and they made him throw interceptions, and then that's all they needed, to beat a great team like Alabama. And I told myself I would never bet against Nick Saban, but after last night, I would never bet against Dabo Swinney. I won't do it.
Hey, Dabo Swinney is a good coach. He's very underrated. See, people think that he's dumb and all this other stuff, and they just see the antics of him, after the game, the BYOG, the bring your own guts. And, he says all this stupid stuff, and it make you think like, he's not a real good coach. But one thing I said this before, one thing about a good coach is a good coach knows how to put other people around him, how to put smart people around him in order to get the job done. He does a good job delegating, and he does it well. Brent Venables, defense coordinator, this guy deserves a ton of credit to hold this Alabama offense to 16 points. 16 points is all this offense got. Tua got almost 50 touchdowns on the year, and he held this offense to 16 points. And outside of really the first quarter going into the second quarter, Alabama didn't really do anything at all. Trevor Lawrence in that offense did whatever they want. Now, Tua didn't necessarily have a bad game. That one interception, the DB came off of his man to jump the Jerry Jeudy out route. That's just a good play by the defender. That second interception, though, I have no clue what Tua was looking at. Three Clemson defenders there, but that's what I said about Tua this whole season. That's been Tua's MO. He likes to take big shots. He likes to take risks because he thinks that he can make every throw on the field, and that's good. That's a good mindset to have. But sometimes that can be as a detriment to your team because, turn the football over in a game like that against an offense like that can score at will. The freshman Justin Ross, a big game. 100. Go ahead.
And to your point, turning the ball over in a big game like that, especially when Clemson has it rolling like the way they had it rolling, that is so much energy given to that other team. And when you give that energy to the other team, they're going to be hard to stop on both sides of the field.
Exactly, man. Justin Ross, it seemed like those DBs from Clemson, the receivers from Clemson, they made every good play that they were supposed to make. Justin Ross, Higgins, Renfro, Rodgers, Etienne. It was like a team effort out there. Everybody did their part. Didn't seem like they was missing Dexter Lawrence at all. They let Alabama do what they do best, but they just countered it. Alabama, you want to bring a blitz, off the right side? I'm going to hit you right over the middle or right where you left from. You want to bring a blitz right up the middle? I got you right here. I'm just going to check it down over here. And then Alabama, DBs, we're going to challenge y'all. We're going to see if you're going to make some plays. And Alabama defensive backs has never really been able to do a good job against the pass. He always have one good DB back there, that has a name for themselves, and it's usually the safety. And the corners are always left on the island by themselves, and they can't cover these teams that sling the ball around. The SEC is only built to stop the run because that's what most of the teams in the SEC do, which is the reason why Jimbo Fisher's finna wreak a lot of havoc in that SEC, because the style of offense that Jimbo Fisher runs is SEC defenses aren't built to stop it. And he go get SEC type players as well, so he can play with you.
Right.
Nick Saban's going to have to go back to the drawing board. I thought he got out coached. I thought a lot of those play calls was desperate. The fake field goal on 4th and 6. It seemed, Clemson was ready for that.
Oh, their 4th down stands last night were amazing.
Yeah, they were 0 for 3. They were 0 for 3 on 4th down.
Yeah.
Alabama was. But that fake field goal, they were only down 3 touchdowns right there. They were only down 3 scores. Just kick the field goal. And if you're not going to just kick the field goal, why not let Tua or Josh Jacobs get the ball?
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
you've been doing all night.
I thought that was pretty crazy too. And again, sometimes all you got to do is see some points on the board.
Exactly.
Especially for a team struggling to they get points and stuff. All you got to see is some points to get on the board, man.
Exactly. And I thought at that spot you kick the field goal, but you don't run the ball with whoever that was that you run the ball with, and then you have your kicker as the lead blocker when you need 6 yards. And if you look at it, Clemson built a wall right at the 1st down marker. They were ready for that.
Oh yeah, Clemson was playing. They was ready.
Yeah, they wasn't even in normal. They wasn't even in normal field goal block. You could tell that they were ready for a trick play. The other 4th down that they ran with Tua, why would you run that play instead of giving the ball to Josh Jacobs? What are you running a quarterback run for? I just don't get it. Nick Saban got out coached yesterday. It seemed like to me he was coaching desperate. And then in turns, that made his kids, man, they felt mentally defeated. You've seen it all over their face. They were done. By the 3rd quarter, they were done, man. When Clemson went up 21, you're like, the fans probably thought, well, Alabama can still come back here.
We've seen Alabama do it time and time again. Full
exactly.
Quarter, they're come back. Their second halves are amazing. But last night, like I said, that game plan, they executed it to perfection.
Exactly. They said, you know what? We're not going to change a thing, Alabama. If you want to get a big pass play, you get that big pass play. We ain't going to hang our head. We're just going to get up and we're going to play the next down.
Yep.
And you seen it, man. Like, they didn't get discouraged. And when they did, people, Dabo, looking at Dabo Swinney, that'll energize you. Looking at Brent Venables, and Trevor Lawrence, man, as a true freshman to play like that against Alabama.
That's a bad man.
That's amazing, man.
That's a bad man. Hey, that boy bad. That I said it on the morning icebreaker. I said, this guy, I believe, can go to any NFL team and get a starting role on that roster. Just because I believe
Thomas Shea said right now, if he could come out, he'll be the first pick in the draft.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Because his pocket presence is amazing, dude. Like, he can see the field and feel he can feel that pressure. Right play. Like, I like seeing that from young quarterbacks. Yep. And he only has more room to grow.
He's true freshman, man. True freshman to step in the biggest game of his life. But I've said this before. These guys come into college ready now because of all of these camps. They got their Nike camp, the Under Armour camp, the Junior All-American camp. They got this camp. They got that camp. They got the Elite 11 camp that Trent Dilfer do. and Jordan Palmer, and just getting that experience from guys that's been there. Although Trent Dilfer wasn't a good quarterback when he played, he's a good analyzer of the game, and he knows football. So, man, these kids step on a college campus, not like it used to be back in like the early 2000s or the 90s. No, these kids step on campus ready to go right away because they've been in so many big games and they've done this so many times that it's just second nature to them. And you seen it last night. There was no let up from Trevor Lawrence. He was getting hit. There's a few plays where he got hit. Should have been a penalty, but he was just letting it strike. Boom. A strike to Higgins. Boom. Strike to Justin Ross.
He was throwing darts out there, man. That was crazy. I was like, man, that dude's bad.
And then the one-handed catch by Ross on the sideline. I mean, how nice was that for a freshman, to be the two freshmen to be making that.
Hey, but if it was the NFL, that catch wouldn't count. But
it wouldn't have counted. But it's good in college. That's the only thing that matters.
It's good in college.
He's a freshman. He got 2 more years to work on that because, like Trevor Lawrence, he too is a true freshman. So Clemson future is looking bright. Now they are going to lose about all 4 of their offensive linemen, but they're going to replenish. Dabo Swinney is building a dynasty over there.
I believe it.
Clemson.
I believe it.
It's going to be crazy, man. Kudos to the Clemson Tigers. I wonder how many of these SEC apologists is out there, is going to make an excuse about this game.
Oh,
because every time the SEC, I already know them. And that's why I said that last night, because everybody, when Texas beat Georgia, Georgia didn't want to be there. They wanted to be in the national championship game. But so now I'm guessing, what's the excuse for Alabama? Because Nick Saban is known for making excuses, when they lost against Oklahoma, he said, well, we didn't really want to be there. Our kids didn't want to be there. We thought we should have been in the national championship game. Okay, whatever, Nick. Then they lose to Ohio State that year that Zeke now made that run. And he says, we had kids looking to the NFL draft. They need to move the draft back. That where guys ain't focused on it. As if other teams don't have guys that's also focusing on the draft.
That just takes it off of Nick Saban. He don't want that on him.
And that's why I hate Nick Saban. That's why I don't like him. Because he's a sore loser. He's a crybaby. And he makes excuses when they lose.
What did he say last night? He was like, we were that red Corvette, with the hot girl in it or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what we were tonight.
I hate listening to Nick.
Get out of here, Nick.
Yeah, I hate listening to Nick. He always want to make an excuse. And that's what I was telling the people. I just got done telling somebody that on Facebook right now. Like, take your loss like a man. Because, some dude, he put up this long post about, the only people that wanted to see us lose was the haters. But I think about it, Nick Saban only got 20 losses since he's been there, and 5 national championships and 10 SEC titles.
Well, did you win this year?
Yeah,
no.
Did you win this year?
No.
Yeah, I don't nobody want to hear that. Take your loss like a man. Nobody care about what you've done in the past. That's what losers do right there.
They bring up the past, boy.
Yeah, losers say stuff like that. So I take the teasing right now. Yeah, because you're a loser. That's why. And y'all don't know how to lose properly. You just like your head coach. You always want to make an excuse or you want to talk about the past. Alabama fans, Laker fans, Yankee fans, and Cowboy fans are some of the most disgusting fans in this world. And
I've seen it all over Facebook. They're so arrogant and
Yes, man.
I seen it all over Facebook last night. I was like, I hope y'all lose.
Yeah, I hate that. So I'm glad they lost, but to Cray, bro, I feel for you today. You're one of the few Bama fans that I can actually tolerate and deal with. I feel it for you today, bro. I feel it for you today.
I'm gonna have to text, bro.
I was gonna call him last night too, but I'm just gonna let him hurt in peace right now. He on that 8-hour time difference from us. I think maybe 8 hours, 8-hour difference. So, God dang, man. But moving along, the ankle breaker himself, the embarrasser, the guy who's everybody's going crazy with right now. I would say
James Harden is working them right now. James Harden is working everybody, bro. That dude is scary right now. The way he's playing, the way the Rockets are playing, they're hot. They're riding this wave, man. Hey, that ankle breaker last night, Jamal Murray, you should never, ever try to guard James Harden again after that.
Ever.
Bro,
listen.
He behind the back snatched that man. Snatched him. Jamal Murray hit that deck. He was scrambling trying to get up. And James Harden looked at him real quick. Let him get up and then shot that thing, bro. Behind the 3-point line. That's so disrespectful.
It's disrespectful, bro. It's disrespectful. So Jamal Murray, if you haven't seen what happened, just go look it up. Which was worse? The James Harden Jamal Murray crossover or the James Harden Wesley Johnson crossover?
That Wesley Johnson one, man. I would say that Wesley Johnson, that was one for the ages, man. They made so many memes and stuff about that, man. It was crazy that crossover, because he actually let him stay down there for a while. He probably waited about 5 seconds before he actually shot the ball, because he was looking at him.
And he spun it.
And he spun it. Like, what? The disrespect. Hey, James Harden hanging in that closet after that game.
Yeah, we would have to fight.
We got to see what's up with it. We got to see what this hand's talking about.
So I definitely think that the Wesley Johnson one was more disrespectful. But I think that one last night was dirty. And it was dirty because Jamal Murray fell face first.
Yeah.
He fell face first.
Yeah.
And where Wesley Johnson fell backwards. But the disrespect on the Wesley Johnson, the step back, the look at you, the shake my head, the spin of the ball.
Hey, that was filthy, man. James Harden out here snatching ankles.
Hey, this boy snatching souls, man.
Snatching them. Had your point guard
snatching souls.
He's out there taking them.
This boy snatching souls.
It was so crazy though, because the bench. Did you see the bench though in the replays? The bench
is always the funny part.
They were locked arms, like just like going crazy out there.
Hey, the bench is always the funniest part of any good play, because they're gonna show out.
Oh yeah.
The bench is gonna show out, and they did. But man, listen, when you fall and hit your face on the hardwood, you just got in front of what, couple 100,000 people.
Yeah, that ain't even chalked out. That's like,
bro,
that's something else.
Yeah,
that's something else.
Yeah, that boy James Harden nasty.
Yeah,
he's filthy with it. He's filthy with it.
He's nice with it.
Now, staying in the NBA, the Los Angeles Lakers played Dallas yesterday in Dallas, a team that's kind of been struggling, but really is not too far out of it. They're 4 games behind the Lakers right now in that tight Western Conference race. The Lakers won last night 107-97 against Dallas in Dallas. And your boy showed out yesterday. Your boy B.I. He brung his big boy pants yesterday, and he came up and showed out 29 points, 12 of 21 in 37 minutes. Lonzo Ball, man, I was surprised.
He even came out and played yesterday.
He came out and played yesterday. 8 of 15. Yeah, 4 of 8 from 3. 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 21 points. So what you saw of the baby Lakers last night without LeBron?
Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic, don't get it twisted though. Luka Doncic, amazing. They got Dennis Smith Jr. too. So, for me, I don't think we will beat a great team without LeBron. But we should beat the teams like Dallas, Sacramento, the Suns, like all those teams that are in the bottom. We should beat them. And when we don't beat them, that's just making LeBron James' job harder when he gets back. Because let's be honest, we don't know how long this groin injury thing is gonna last, man.
Nope,
we don't know.
The groin is a tricky situation. Yeah, you heard Steph when LeBron first got that injury, when Steph said that this is going to be a tricky one because he tried to come back too early, and he kind of messed his up a little bit. So LeBron is probably going to be out for a little while.
And right now we're hanging on to that 8th seed, man. And the West is tight. It's so tight out there, man.
Oh yeah.
If we lose to one of those bad teams that we have coming up, I think our playoff hopes for the year are basically
got the Pistons on Wednesday.
And that Pistons game, they got a great player over there with Blake Griffin now.
But it should be a win.
It should be a win.
They're 4 games under 500, and then on Friday they got the Utah Jazz, which probably won't be a slouch, but they should win that game as well. But you never know. That's why they play the games.
But I really do want these guys to win. Try to win more games without LeBron. That'll give me a little comfort going into the All-Star break, and knowing we're gonna make the playoffs regardless. We have LeBron, right? We have LeBron.
Yeah,
The seeding,
I don't see the playoffs being in jeopardy.
The seeding is what I'm worried about. The seeding, because if we get matched up against, like, let's say, the number one
Golden State,
the number one team right now in the league is Denver.
But I think they can beat Denver without LeBron.
Yeah. I believe we can
definitely with LeBron.
So maybe it could be strategical too. Maybe if because you don't want to play Golden State the first.
I wouldn't want to see Golden State first round. I wouldn't mind playing a Houston team. That Houston team is beatable. I don't. James Harden and Chris Paul has never been able to beat LeBron, so I don't think that'll ever really make a difference. OKC, I wouldn't mind playing an OKC. But Golden State.
Yeah. So we got to play with that seating a little.
The Lakers can beat.
So we can manipulate the seating to where we, to the teams we want to play. And, maybe we get Golden State tired a little because, like I said, they got 5 All-Stars. They got 5 All-Stars. You can't really compete with that with regular guys. Like Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, who shows up whenever he wants, even though he could be a superstar. He has the talent. He has the the height, the length. But I believe if we can just manipulate that playoff seed and get to where we want to be, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly. I say, anybody but Golden State in that first round, and I really see the Lakers making it far in the playoffs, regardless of what their seeding is. So we're gonna switch over real quick for our last topic. We're gonna talk a little playoff football, NFL. We're not gonna pick games yet. We're gonna pick those later in the week. Also, you guys, tomorrow we have our weekly interview on Wednesday with Matthew Lau of the Big Blue Breakdown. So make sure that you guys tune in for tomorrow for that for that interview. But we're gonna talk the Saturday games. The 2 Saturday games, and we're gonna talk what each team need to do in order to win the game. So since you're a Colts, since your dad is a Colts fan, I'm gonna give you the Colts. Now, the Colts is a 5.5 underdog right now. Obviously, they playing at Arrowhead. The Chiefs are 1-10 in playoff games since 1994, and they are like 0-5 at home in playoff games. So the history is not on their side to begin with, but they are the favorite, obviously, because they are at home. They played better all season. Obviously, they got number 1 seed. What do the Colts need to do to win this game? What is essential? What must they do?
The Colts must go out and score points. They must go out and score points. That's point blank period. If you want to beat the Chiefs, you got to outscore them. Because their offense is so potent, so high powered. They can easily put up 35 points on you. And you wouldn't even know it, because the way they do it is so methodical. And the way they pass that ball over there in Kansas City, you got playmakers all around Patrick Mahomes. So they'll run that score up on you quickly. So you must be able to score with them, because I doubt you're going to stop that. Yeah,
and they gave Patrick Mahomes another target and Kelvin Benjamin. Now he might not have been playing well this season, but when they didn't bring him there to be the focal point of that offense. They brought him there just to be another weapon.
Exactly.
And he can be another weapon. So I definitely agree. And that's why I said yesterday when we did the show that the 21 points that the Colts put up and they didn't do anything else in the second half, they cannot do that against the Chiefs. That is not going to be a recipe that they want to move on just scoring 21 points, because you got to at least score 30. You have to score 30 in order to beat this Kansas City team. And their defense is the suspect part of that team. So if the Colts can get going and they can protect Andrew Luck and they can give Marlon Mack holes to get through, I think that the Colts have a really good shot at beating the Kansas City Chiefs on Saturday.
Most definitely. And for the Chiefs, what they're going to have to do is, they just got to get at least 2 or 3 defensive stops. You can't let Andrew Luck and that offense just go out there and score willy-nilly on you. You can't do that. So you got to get some stops, try to help your offense out. Offense can't be on the field, for 35 minutes and you guys expect to win that game. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, that's not going to happen at all. But moving on to the second game that we got on Saturday, Cowboys and Rams. Obviously, the Rams are the favorite here, 13-3 on the season. The Cowboys is 10-6, so they're traveling to LA. The Rams are a 7-point dog. Another question for you right here for the underdog. What must the Cowboys do? Like, at all stop, if we don't do anything else, we have to do this. What must they do?
There's nothing the Cowboys can do. Not against the Rams. I'm serious. I'm being serious. I'm not being a hater or anything, but I don't believe there's anything the Cowboys can do to stop the Rams offense. If you look at the Rams,
you don't think so? You honestly don't think so?
I honestly don't think so. I don't think they can do anything to the Rams in LA. It won't happen. I think the Rams are going to come out after they had a break. They're going to come out there, tear the Cowboys to pieces. I can't wait to watch it, actually. They're going to tear the Cowboys to pieces, and there's nothing the Cowboys can do about it. There's no coaching, because I believe the Rams are just a superior team compared to the Cowboys. I don't think the Cowboys should be there.
Well, I think the Cowboys actually got a chance, and I think that this Rams team is very beatable. And because the Chicago Bears already laid the blueprint down for that, if you ask me, and that's get to Jared Goff early and make him make mistakes. And I think Jared Goff can make mistakes. Another thing that the Cowboys do very well that the Los Angeles Rams don't do very well, in contrary to that, is running the football. The Rams does not stop the run very well. So if Zeke can get going early, it can be a problem. Another thing, those cornerbacks that they paid all that money for, Akeem Talib and Marcus Peters, has been less than stellar. That's been some of the most underproven guys in the league this year. So, if Zeke gets going early, their play action pass can really be a huge momentum for them. That getting out of the pocket, moving, neutralizing that pass rush from Aaron Donald. I think the Cowboys got a real shot, because I think the Rams are a weak team right now. So I don't know, man. It's going to be a good game. I'm hoping that the Cowboys lose, because I can't stand to hear them one more week, talking about how about them Cowboys and putting their pictures all up on Facebook. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing Cowboy fans. So I'm hoping the Rams can get it done. But I think the Cowboys have as good a shot as any team right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're still an NFL team. I really don't want to count anyone out. But if I'm counting anyone out, the Cowboys, they're a disaster waiting
I definitely feel you.
I'm waiting for this disaster.
I definitely feel you on that. But that's going to be it for today's show, guys. I thank you guys for tuning in to the Unpopular Opinion podcast. I thank you for continuing to download and support the podcast. Make sure that you check us out every single weekday, Monday through Friday. Make sure that you also subscribe to the podcast. Leave us a rating. That'll be greatly appreciated for the show. Thank you for all the continued support. Matthew Loud interview tomorrow. Big Blue Breakdown, 1/3 of the RTS Sports Podcast and of Cross Sports Network. And then on Friday, we have Michael Buckheister as well, the interview with Michael Buckheister, host of the Mornings with Mike, Just for Clicks podcast. Bro, you want to take us out of here?
Oh, yeah. As always, love one another, treat each other well, be kind. You guys have a great day. I'm OG Raw, your co-host, signing off.
Thank you, guys.